In Niger, a quiet confrontation is unfolding between one of Africa's most strategic military governments and one of China's largest energy corporations. The China National Petroleum Corporation, known as CNPC, has refused to suspend operations or pull out its workers, despite recent tensions with the ruling military junta. The company continues to produce and export crude oil from the Agadim oil field through a new 2,000-kilometer pipeline that stretches to the port of Cotonou in Benin. Niger's junta, led by General Abdurrahmane Chiani, had earlier accused the company of unfair labor practices, demanding higher wages for local workers and insisting that at least 80% of its workforce must be Nigerian nationals. The government also expelled some Chinese expatriates and hinted at a possible review of CNPC's contract. But CNPC has stood its ground, continuing exports worth millions of dollars daily. For Niger, this is not just about oil. It is about dignity, fairness, and control of its own resources in a world still dominated by outside interests. In Cameroon, the air is thick with uncertainty following the country's October 12th presidential election. Opposition candidate Issa Chiroma Bakari has boldly declared himself the winner, urging President Paul Biya, who has ruled for more than 4 decades, to accept defeat and honor the ballot box. But the official results have not yet been announced. Both the ruling Cameroon People's Democratic Movement and the opposition are accusing each other of fraud and manipulation. Reports of unrest have surfaced in Douala and Jang, where ruling party offices were set on fire amid protests and allegations of vote tampering. Across the continent, a powerful warning is being sounded by Africa's most restless generation, the youth. A recent insight published by The Cable argues that the wave of protests from Kenya's anti-tax demonstrations to Madagascar's youth uprising and Nigeria's End Bad Governance chants are more than isolated events. They are part of a growing storm, a youth awakening driven by anger, frustration, and the feeling of betrayal. Over 60% of Africa's population is under the age of 25, yet unemployment, corruption, and lack of opportunity remain the reality for most young people. Analysts warn that if governments fail to reform, the protests of today could become the revolutions of tomorrow. From digital activism to street mobilization, Africa's youth are rewriting the rules of political engagement, and they are no longer waiting for permission.